So when even the Herald Sun's opinion pages are slamming you for going over the top, it's probably time to pump the brakes and consider whether you might have gone a bit far, such as the furor over student activist Harper Nielsen's sitting down during the national anthem at her primary school. It's not the most original piece of activism we've seen, and follows right in the footsteps of the United States' Colin Kaepernick, the NFL backup quarterback, who actually sat out the national anthem a couple of times before kneeling on the field and actually getting noticed. Though his protest was political, it wasn't so much a left or right thing as a catch-all for everything from police brutality to race relations, with Kaepernick stating he would no longer stand for the anthem until he felt the American flag represents what it's supposed to represent. Harper's protest is far more poignant. We can argue over how much of it's been spoon-fed to her by her parents, who both happen to be university academics, but it's ultimately inconsequential. Harper takes issue with our national anthem specifically. The reference to young and free, ignoring the presence of an ancient culture, the fact that the anthem was penned in 1878 by British colonialists, and the way this supposedly unifying element of our national civic culture fails to integrate with Aboriginal Australia. She's a big enough person to overlook the fact that the anthem kind of sucks anyway, with a lame tune that hardly inspires pride in our wide brown land. But because of the involvement of her parents, it's really easy to dismiss the whole thing as just yet another left-wing shot across the bow in an endless culture war. But when you dig into the lyrics of our anthem, particularly the complete hymn as originally written, Harper Nielsen has a point. Nobody here's arguing for a return to God Save the Queen, but with original lyrics like "Gallant cook from Albion sailed," "True British courage bore him on," "Britannia rules the wave," "From England's soil and fatherland," and "Should foreign foe ever sight our coast, we'll rouse to arms like sires of yore," there's very little truly Australian about Advance Australia Fair. Yes, the lyrics have changed over the years, and reference to gender, Britain and killing foreigners were removed when the anthem was officially adopted as late as 1984. But these changes just barely keep it within modern PC guidelines. They certainly didn't add anything specifically or uniquely Australian to the song, and they cannot erase its colonial heritage entirely. As average as our anthem might be, changing it or modifying it isn't going to improve outcomes for Indigenous Australians either. But a primary school student sitting down to bring attention to cultural issues is so far from treason, I have to wonder if people like Mark Latham, Andrew Bolt and Pauline Hanson here are really just taking the piss when they make comments like this.
What about the Aboriginals? It's not about that. You know, I've been fighting for 22 years for equality for everyone, to be inclusive. Here we have a division that's happening. Here we have a kid is being brainwashed. And I tell you what, I'd give her a kick up the backside.
But while absolutely nobody has the right to force this girl to stand up and sing when they play the national anthem, the converse is equally true. Her school has every right to suspend her for breaking their rules. It's asinine, in my view, but it does play right into Harper's efforts to bring attention to the issues she's raised. Harper family 2, One Nationites 0. I'm no proponent of identity politics, but it is indisputable that our anthem was written by and for the male citizens of the fairer British Empire, and can thus only ever have limited relevance to our country today. Freedom of political communication must include the ability to protest an ancient and poorly written, barely relevant song that's supposed to represent us all.